Battalion 1.
We just had a plane crash into Level 4 of the World Trade Center, transmit a second alarm, and start relocating companies into the area.
Okay, September 11th, 2001. I can't believe that it's already been 19 years from that incident. And you hear a lot of the slogans, out in Main Street right now about never forget. And really what we as first responders, we want to make sure that we never forget that incident that did happen. And I was actually able to be part of that through Ellicott Creek Volunteer Fire Company, and never really forgetting the past. So 19 years ago, I was only a captain with Ellicott Creek Volunteer Fire Company. Myself and two other firemen, firefighter Mike Collins and firefighter paramedic Ron Smelling. We were a part of a contingency from Erie County that went and with mutual aid down to New York City. And we knew that it was just going to be a 36-hour stint with our ambulance that we were going to be responding down there. And I really remember that like it was yesterday. And there had to been probably more than a couple dozen ambulances from Erie County through that contingency. We met up at the Fire Training Academy up in Cheektowaga, and from Buffalo all the way to New York City. We had state troopers that followed us all the way there to make sure that we got there safely. I remember sitting up front, and we probably got there about 10:30, maybe almost 11 o'clock at night, and you could see just the hint of light, from the city, and we all knew that was kind of right where the Twin Towers were. And as we got closer to the city, those floodlights and lights got brighter and brighter, and as we entered into the city where we were going to be and positioned, our staging point, we were literally just blocks away. You didn't know what to say. You saw the floodlights, you saw the haze, the smoke, the smell. It was thick, it was dense. But all of us, we really didn't know what to say. But we knew we had a mission. We had a mission to be there. We knew that we weren't going to be actively on the pile, but we knew just being there present for those first responders, we knew that was our mission. We didn't have to be actively there, on the pile. We were actively there just in case if someone was going to get hurt. Our shift started right as soon as we got there. And then as through the night, and into the morning, I remember Mike and Ron, we stepped outside our ambulance, and we heard the cranes going, people shouting orders and things of that nature, and it was coming up sunrise, and we could hear just everything kind of becoming a little bit silent, and we were kind of wondering what was going on. And we thought, well, maybe they found someone, and through the briefings, we knew and we have heard that if there was a body recovery, that they were going to have clergy to go up there and they were going to have a moment of silence and things of that nature. So that's what we thought. But what ended up actually happening was the shift change. And in the distance down the street, because we were literally 2 blocks away, you saw the firemen coming off of the pile, and they were FDNY, law enforcement, other iron workers. That was during a shift change, and it was just dead silence. The crane stopped, and then you saw the new shift coming on. So it was kind of a changing of the guard that was happening. And just watching them, the firefighters coming off the pile, and the firefighters coming on, just the look of sorrow. They were dirty, they were tired, just working all throughout the night, hopefully maybe to find their brother or sister or anything. And you could just see just the sorrow just in their eyes. But they knew they had a mission as well. And that was their mission, was to be on that pile, to actively search, for their brothers and sisters. The further that we get from September 11, 2001, it just seems that it grows fader and fader in the distance. And as a first responder, we want to make sure that we never forget those first responders and those civilians that were lost that particular day. I know. And this was an event that happened in my life that I was proud to be a part of. I was able to, go down there, not just for accolades for myself, but to represent, Erie County. But to know that was our mission. That's what we were supposed to do, as a first responder. And it really kind of hit home to me in 2019 and 2020. In 2019, in Western New York, we had a volunteer fireman that did end up passing away because of complications from going down to New York City, and he ended up passing away from cancer, and it was past Chief Irv Eisenberg. And he was a fire chief when I was a fire chief. And in 2019, he lost his life with that battling cancer. And then just recently, firefighter and paramedic Ron Smeller, who went down with us, for that 36-hour stint, that shift, he ended up passing away in 2020. Again, complications with cancer resulted because he was down there as well. And it really hit home for me that, look, we may not have been down there that particular day, but we were down there, serving. And both of those men had a serving heart. And all those firefighters from Western New York had serving hearts to go down there to spend 36 hours or 48 hours to do that. And if you ask any fireman, a lot of people have always asked us, why do you do that? Why do you do what you do? Can you explain when you went down to 9/11, what was it like? Even me explaining here now, it doesn't do it justice. The pictures don't do it justice. The calls that we're on, we can explain it to our families, we can try to explain it to our friends, but it doesn't do it justice. We see the miracle of life, and we also see death. Whether you're a firefighter, EMT, law enforcement, we see everything. That's the heart of the organization, that Brandon and I, that we started this organization because we knew that there is hurt. We knew that there needed to be an answer, and that's through Jesus Christ. And it's tough going on these calls. We bottle it up. And one of the things through our organization too is that we've got a support group, and we're starting that support group. And we're hoping to be that arm and that leg, that body, that we can help other first responders that are out there. And to encourage everyone, families of first responders, to talk about that. Because it is tough, it is difficult. And really, what really gets me through, whether it's responding to a call, whether it's going to 9/11 like we did, over 19 years ago, is my faith. That I know that I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ and what He did for me. He died on that cross for us. He never forgot us. Just like the slogan says, never forget. Jesus never forgot us. God never forgot us. He sent His only Son to die for us. And in John 3:16, and it's a verse that everyone knows, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And that just hits home. I mean, you see that Bible verse in, pro football games everywhere. It's said, but it has so much meaning because Jesus never forgot us. God never forgot us. And then also my life verse that has always just been reminding me is Jeremiah 33:3. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things thou knowest not. Again, just reiterating the fact that God doesn't forget you. He doesn't forget us. We just have to reach out to him. He's there. And remembering 9/11 is great, and we always should. But again, I would be remiss if I didn't say this as well, is that our heart of our organization is that every man, woman, and child has that repeated opportunity to hear, see, and respond to the gospel. We have the firefighting experience. We go down and do our mission trip, but our heart is every man, woman, and child. So if you don't have that personal relationship with Jesus, or you have questions or anything like that, ask us, reach out to us, go to the website. We'll be more than happy to just talk with you. Even in our support group as well. That's the heart of our group. Never forgetting, the first responders, knowing that Jesus never forgets you.